Hello, welcome back to the Boardgames 4K YouTube channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, playthroughs, unboxings, and we generally talk a load of bollocks about tabletop gaming in general. And in this video, we're going to be talking about a game that is like a stacking game, but it's more like for kids. It is Crazy Tower, otherwise known as, I don't know, Architect and Saboteur or something like that. And in this game, you'll be stacking blocks on top of each other, but one of you is going to be like a traitor character, and you'll be trying to avoid knocking down the tower. If you're the traitor, you'll be trying to make somebody else knock down the tower on their turn. So in this video, we're going to be giving you a very brief overview of the rules. We'll be telling you what we do like, what we don't like, and then we will come back and we will tell you whether or not Crazy Tower is worth your time and effort today and in the future. So remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Leave a comment in that section down below, and we'll see you after this. So, Crazy Tower. How'd you play this game? So the first thing that you're going to do in this game to set it up is you're going to take one of the floor tiles, you'll place it on the table, but you have to make sure that the floor tile that you choose has got no icons on it whatsoever. And then what you're going to do, you're going to assign a colour to every player, and you'll give every player a set of blocks in the colour that you've assigned to them, right? So there's a certain number of modes in this game. You've got the competitive mode, where everyone will be playing against each other. You've got the Saboteur mode, where 3 players will be playing against 1 player. And then you've got the solo mode, where you'll be batting one off with yourself, right? So the game is very, very simple. There's only 2 things that you can do on your turn. You can take one of your blocks and you can place it onto the floor tile. And what you have to do, you have to align the shape of the block into the space, and Tetraminos or Tetris or whatever, you'll be doing that sort of thing, right? So the second thing you could do on your turn is you can place a floor tile on top of the existing blocks, and the floor tiles that you place can hang over the existing blocks if you want. So yeah, you'll just take a floor tile and you'll place it on top of one of the blocks. So there's a couple of little things you've got to be aware of here. The blocks must be laid flat, they cannot be laid standing up. Blocks can overhang floor tiles and floor tiles can overhang blocks. Only one hand can be used to place the block, and you've got to remember, this is important now, you're listening, there can never be more than one colour block on each floor. Right, so the game will end once the tower collapses, and the tower will be classed as collapsed if a block or a floor tile touches the table. So in the competitive mode, you will be assigned points for the amount of blocks that you've got in front of you, that you've got left in front of you. So the smallest score will win, so it's in your interest to get your big blocks out first, right? In the Saboteur mode, the Saboteur will win if the tower collapses on an Architect's turn, which is like just a normal player's turn, and the Architects will win if the Saboteur makes the tower collapse. And in solo mode, we haven't played solo mode, so we ain't going to tell you about that here, but you can read this very, very flimsy rule book, and it will take you about 2 seconds to do it. So on the floor tiles are some icons, right? If you lay one of your blocks on top of one of these icons, it will trigger a certain effect. So you've got the white boxes, and this is where you'll be laying your Tetris-style blocks. You've got the red boxes on the tiles. This means that no blocks can be placed on these red squares, right? So you've got the square with the 4 arrows pointing outwards, and this means that you can take a floor tile, a lower floor tile, and return it to a player of your choice. You've got the purple swirly arrow thing, and this means that the player that covers the box up must have another turn immediately. You've got the green arrows that go either side, and this means that you can exchange a block with a player of your choice. And that's about it. That's all you need to know to play Crazy Tower, right? So there you go. So what do we like about Crazy Tower? So the first thing that we really like about this game is its accessibility. It is obviously based on a couple of really, really popular franchises in both video games and board games, right? So obviously you've got the similarities with Jenga and you've got the similarities with Tetris, right? So if you're taking those 2 well-known formulas and you're trying to entice people that don't normally play games, that's who this game is aimed at. So if you've got those 2 formulas, you can chuck them in there and say, look, do you want to play a game? Don't worry, it's not like a really complex board game, but you know Jenga, you know Tetris, it's exactly the same as that, right? Easy, we love that. So the second thing that we really like about this game is the fact that there's it's not a hidden traitor, but you've got that sort of traitor element. It changes up the very, very boring and dull aspect of Jenga, where you'll just be taking a block and putting it on top. You've got somebody in the game who is actively trying to make you fail, right? And that is a fantastic thing. It really is good. It would have been nice to have had maybe some cards in there so that you don't know who is trying to force you to mess up the game, right? That would have been nice. But I suppose you can house rule that yourself and maybe put your own cards in. Just get a couple of blank playing cards, or even just a piece of paper, and just allocate the traitor to one of the players, right? You could do that. So yeah, the fact that there's like a traitor, but it's not hidden, or maybe it would be better if it's hidden, I'm confusing myself, then that's fantastic. So the third thing that we really like about this game is the component quality. The blocks are made of wood. They could have come made of plastic. We were expecting them to be made of plastic, but no, they are solid wood. They're really bright colours. The blocks are really fantastic quality. I'm not going to say the same thing about the actual tiles, but we'll get to that in a sec. But yeah, overall, the component quality for the money was really good. So what don't we like about Crazy Tower? So the first thing that we don't like about Crazy Tower is the component quality. I know we said the component quality of the blocks was really, really good, but when you're looking at the tiles themselves, the floor tiles, they are really, really poor. It's almost like they've pulled the components out of Food Chain Magnet, and they've put them into this game, and they slide around a lot. There's no real, they're not like a matte finish. Got this weird sort of glossy sort of finish. They slide around. When you're trying to put the blocks on, you might move the blocks with just a little nudge, and you're constantly trying to push these tiles back into position, and it's a real pain in the neck. So yeah, whilst the blocks are really good quality, the actual tiles that they sit on are really, really bad quality, and that's a real shame. So the second thing that we don't like about this game is the rules are a bit confusing. Just for a very simple game, they are really sort of out of sync. They tell you how to set the game up, and then they tell you about what the boxes mean before it even tells you how to play the bloody game. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I don't know whether it was a bad translation, but they've given you these sort of challenges to do in the solo mode, and that's just a load of junk. So yeah, the rule book, or the rule pamphlet or paper, is really, really, really wasted opportunity, and it is junk. So to summarise, is Crazy Tower worth your time and bother today and in the future? And we are going to say maybe, maybe not. It all depends what you want out of a game. If you've got a very feeble, or it's a bit overdone, and you just want to change things up a little bit, then Crazy Tower might be the game for you. Aside from the crummy floor tiles, it is actually quite a really good quality game for the money. We paid about 15 quid for this, but we do like stacking games. It takes the best elements of games like Jenga, right, and Rhino Hero, that as well, and also maybe a little bit of Tetraminos and all that sort of thing, ramps them up with a hidden traitor mechanism to produce a very basic and very simple, very short-lived game that you can pull out now and again with kids during the summer holidays, or when they're off school, so to speak. We're going to give this game maybe 3 out of 5. It's been done to death. It does make enough changes to warrant a better score than Jenga, obviously. So there you go. That's Crazy Tower. Remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Please stop me from pointing at the camera, and we'll see you next time.